Alright, what's going on, you guys? Welcome to Real Madrid Hub again. I'm your host, Dr. Jota. Good morning, everybody. And this morning, I would like to talk to you a little bit longer about how the next formation of Real Madrid could look like with Carlo Ancelotti, because another possibility came to my mind this morning, and I was thinking about, related to the latest news that we have regarding to the possible signing of Jules Koundé, because according to the ABC News in Spain, Jules Koundé is willing to sign for Real Madrid, is willing to play in Real Madrid. Apparently the player is okay with everything and he's very interested in signing for Real Madrid. The only obstacle, the only problem that Real Madrid has in the signing of Jules Koundé is pretty much the market price Sevilla is asking for the French center back. That would be the only thing. I don't know though if Real Madrid can reach an agreement with Sevilla. In my opinion, Sevilla is the kind of team which tries to, every time they have a very outstanding player, they try to make as much money as possible, because it's pretty obvious that they, when it comes to ticketing and all those different income sources for teams like Sevilla, which are very small teams, not very followed all around the world. It's very important for them to make as much money as possible with these kind of players. And of course, they will try their best to get the higher market price possible if they finally sell the player to Real Madrid. So that would be about 70 to 80 million euros for Real Madrid to pay Sevilla to sign Jules Koundé. But aside of that, apparently, according to ABC News as well, Jules Koundé has already said to Kylian Mbappe and Karim Benzema that he wants to play in Real Madrid as well, because, it's pretty obvious that Mbappe and Benzema will play for Real Madrid the next season. So apparently he's very excited. He is looking forward to play with them. And the next project of Real Madrid really looks good. And the future is bright, man. If we are able to sign these players, it's gonna be great. But aside of that, what I was thinking is, okay, how the Real Madrid formation could look like the next season, and especially the back line. How is going to form these players Carlo Ancelotti? Is he going to use again the 4 players back line, or on the other hand, would Carlo Ancelotti form with a 3-player backline or something like that? is that a real possibility for Ancelotti? Okay, the answer to that, in my opinion, is yes. If you think about it, if we are able, we have to imagine that we sign to Jules Koundé, right? So if we are able to land Jules Koundé for Real Madrid the next season, what you have to is 3 players like David Alaba, Eder Militao, and Jules Koundé, that in my opinion are, none of those can be on the bench. Of course, if you sign these players, it's because you want them in the lineup. Every single weekend, they have to be in the starting 11, right? So if you're assuming that these players have to play from the beginning, then the only way for you to have them in the same lineup, in the same starting 11, is to put them at the same time. So that means that you probably have to play with 3 players back line in the defense line, 3 players at the same time, 3 center backs, right, and 2 full backs. So that would be Militao, Jules Koundé, and David Alaba, and then 2 wingers, 2 full backs. Like for example, in the left we will have to Ferland Mendy, and in the right side we will have to Lucas Vázquez or Odriozola. So I'm very aware that Carlo Ancelotti is not the kind of coach who has never used the 3-player backline and 3 center backs in the defense, right? I'm pretty aware of that. But when you have these kind of names, these big names, then in my opinion, you are obligated to use them. You are obligated to try. If that doesn't work, you're free to change everything. But you will lose anything if you try at least 1 or 2 games to put these players together in the defense line. Because when you see the performances of these players they have made over the last season, in my opinion, is a try that is really worth it. I mean, you have to try things that you never tried before. And when you have to Militao, when you have to Jules Koundé, when you see how Jules Koundé can carry up the ball, when you see to David Alaba, I mean, making a great job in the left side of the field, whether the left back, whether the left side of the center back, when you see this guy arriving to the rival box and not only scoring but assisting and creating danger and all the stuff, I think that is a try that really worth, right? So why not, man? You have nothing to lose. Why don't you try these guys together? Because you can always go back to the 4-player back line and use, for example, pick 2 of them, maybe Militao, maybe Alaba, maybe Jules Koundé or maybe Alaba, and then 2 left and right backs. You know what I'm saying? But from my understanding, if you have these 3 super players, because Militao is the 3rd player who is doing an incredible job. You know what I'm saying? He's doing it great. So there's no point in putting to Militao back on the bench. There's no point in that. So if you keep that in mind, in my opinion, that will be worth it. And we might see the Carlo Ancelotti trying this 3 center backs defense line or something like that. And I mean, we saw that with Zinedine Zidane, and we didn't even have to Jules Koundé, for example. So in my opinion, if you, now that you have, or you may have Jules Koundé in the squad, why don't you try that? I mean, it's something that is really worth it. So you will you will lose anything if you try, right? So from that perspective, if Carlo Ancelotti really feels they can do a good job, then he should try. He should try. I mean, that would be completely revolutionary because we never saw a single team from Carlo Ancelotti trying that. But man, if there is a place around the world, or if there is a team all around the world where these kind of things can happen, is Real Madrid, because you have 3 super top performers. You know what I'm saying? Militao, Jules Koundé, David Alaba, and even Nacho. I mean, the only problem, and it's pretty sad for me to say this, but Nacho will not have chance to keep playing in the lineup or even the starting 11 of Real Madrid. You have to keep in mind, Nacho, although he's a very good player, the problem is Nacho is a little bit old. I mean, he's older than the other guys. So there's no point in utilizing a guy who will be retired in maybe a couple of years or something like that. And I guess that he will renew his contract with Real Madrid. I'm not sure about that, but apparently, according to all the information I've been gathering regarding to Nacho Fernandez, in my opinion, he's closer to renew his contract than leaving Real Madrid, right? But he will go to the bench. I mean, there's no point in using him when you have players like David Alaba, 28 years old, Jules Koundé, super young guy, 22 years old, Militao, 23 years old. So in my opinion, it's a try that should be a good try, and it's really worth it. And Carlo Ancelotti, I mean, he shouldn't fear anything. He shouldn't panic. He should try, especially in the preseason. He should try that, because in all these games where you have, there are just friendly games and you have playing for nothing just to try different things, tactical adjustments and all the stuff. In my opinion, he should try that. He should try that. So I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know if that is in his mind, if that possibility is in his mind. Of course, it will really depend what happens with Jules Koundé for the next season, because I don't know if Sevilla is going to accept the 50 million offer Real Madrid allegedly has put on the table for the French center back. But I don't know, man. It's something that I just wanted to share with you because I think it's a very good possibility for us, because it's a good option for us. So I don't know what you guys think about that. Just let me know in the comment section below, and now subscribe my channel, Real Madrid Hub.